What is going on, guys? Sid here with another FIFA 22 video, and welcome to the RTG on this channel. So guys, apologies for the abruptness of me just going cold turkey on the whole YouTube channel. And if you guys saw in the description down below on my last FIFA 22 RTG video, I did explain that Friday I had a conference call. Well, I didn't go into detail, but I'll go into detail really quickly and I'll keep this short. Friday I went to a conference call around I think 12 p.m. and the conference call circulated, it revolved around my mother's health and going forward, and the steps I was hoping to take and the steps I can no longer take, right, in terms of caregiving and in terms of going forward. So with that being said, we were all pretty gutted. We were all pretty devastated. We still are devastated from last week Friday to now. So I've been trying to keep my composure and just keep I've been trying my hardest. My morale is like shot, but I've been trying my hardest to just just keep my composure at least a little better, and just have some faith, right? So I'm just being as candid. I'm being as honest as I possibly can be, and it's pretty stressful, and the morale's just been dipping with everyone in the house, right? With all parties, right? So I think I went into I did try to play and try to salvage, and I had jumbo rare players packs last week and everything, right? And I opened them up, didn't get anything actually, right? So let me show you the squad, in the meantime when I'm tugging your ear off with this stuff, right? But so what happened? So I went, my mood was just shot, right? Long story short, my mood was just killed. So anything that I tried to create from the time I got that message, or any type of game that I went into from that period on up until maybe Wednesday, my head has just been elsewhere. It's been spaced out. So I did go to coping mechanisms. I went to my music therapy. I went to improvisational therapy, right, using music, right? And I went through every coping mechanism possible to just try to boost my spirits and boost the family spirits, right? So it's just been tough. Long story short, it's been tough, and I've been spaced out, right? Every match I went into, right, trying to learn the game too, right? Because FIFA 22 has just got patched, and there's another patch coming shortly. And guys, they totally killed Goalkeepers, by the way. It's no joke. Goalkeepers went from one end of the spectrum all the way to the exact opposite end of the spectrum, right? So Oblak can't save anything. Can't save, I want to curse, right? So he can't save anything, right? The minute somebody gets on goal, they will naturally just score. So I was trying to relearn the game, change up my tactics and everything, but I just kept spacing out. And I'm in Rivals, and I was trying to pick up where I left off, right? And I've been in this predicament, right, since the bad news, right? Since the bad news, for the most part. I think I got up to rank 1, I think Tuesday, and I've been in that predicament, right? I switched over to qualifications. I qualified for champs, right? I heard there was some fiasco last week, but I could care less, right? Apparently people are exploiting a no loss glitch. I have no clue about it, right? My mind has been the furthest away from FIFA 22. I'll be in the match, and within 5 minutes of the match time, I'm already on planet X, Y, Z planet. I'm in the Andromeda galaxy at this point, right? And I'm just thinking of the next steps that I have to take in my personal life and things like that. It's hell. But you know what? I'm not the only one. A lot of people have been in this position. So if you've been in this position, I hope this helps you. I hope this shows you that at least, if you've been through a tough time like this recently in terms of caregiving or in terms of just helping out, right? I hope you guys are able to pull through as well, right? And just keep your composure, over time, even though that's really difficult. And I just hope that, you know, you can just keep your mental health in order through hopefully coping mechanisms. But the human condition is so fragile and fickle, right? So yeah, with that being said, we have an ultimate pack, right? Just been grinding rivals and to no success, right? So I do have an ultimate pack, and I was hoping to pull something huge, right? And we get an 88 Lukaku, right? He pretty much turned around his whole career. We get an inform as well. Yeah, 87 Lloris, right? So this is actually a really good ultimate pack, right? And we get a whole bunch of duplicates, which will come in handy, right? So what we're gonna do right now, right, while I was talking your ear off, right, there's an 88 Bernardo Silva, right? And there's a Siko Fofana, right? I saw this card. This card looks absolutely brilliant for an 86 rated card. There's a lot of awesome cards in FIFA right now, but I don't personally like the direction the game took, right? I don't like it one bit. I think they broke goalkeepers completely. Inaki Williams is great. Fakir is great. Wirtz is great. All these cards have been great to me. I have no problems with the cards, right? The goalkeepers, the actual gameplay has just been shot, right? So it went from one extreme to now they can't block anything, right? Like nothing. So your whole approach to FIFA 22 is going to change, and it caters the more arcadey type of gameplay, and it's a lot of just spam playing, right? So there's a lot of spamming that's going to happen in terms of tricking. Skill move spamming and shooting, right? Close shots, far shots, finesse shots, everything, right? The keeper will just drop like a bag of bricks, right? So it's interesting. All right, so simple enough, right? Simple enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip this with the rivals, right? With the rivals Division 2 progress match, and then hopefully I start going into my Champions League finals matches, right? So peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. Stay tuned for the finals match, right? Cheers. All right, so we are jumping into the rivals promotion match, right, to get into Division 2. It's long overdue, and honestly, at this level, like, I think Division 3, I think all the pro players are stacked in 3, 2, 1, and 3, of course, right? So it's just it's literally the only people who are in these divisions are serious competitors, right? So that's always been the case, but now it's definitely more apparent, right? In terms of at least matchmaking for me, right? So with that being said, let me just check this mic. Yeah, so I had to so I relearned the game right after the patch, right? Even though I told you like today is probably the first day where I didn't space out in in a rivals match, right? For the FUT Champs playoffs matches, right? They're actually quite easy for me. I secured that actually much more comfortably than the rivals promotion match for some reason, right? Which is really odd. But in any case, this guy's team, he has Cristiano Ronaldo, right? And he has De Ligt, right? So he has a star team, and this is one of the star formations that give me trouble and give a lot of FIFA 22 players trouble, right? So I needed to be on my A game in order to play this match, right? Because to win 3 in a row, the final 3 in a row after the checkpoint was actually way more difficult than I would have imagined, right? Because I had adjusted to reliance on the goalkeepers, right, to stop crappy shots. Now the game is completely different, like I'm saying. Okay, so what I mean when I say that is I took a lot of time, right, even at a subconscious level, even though I've been spacing out since the patch, right, since last week Friday, actually, right, since the bad news. So I was spacing out, but I was still like aware. Obviously, you're still gonna be aware, but I think I like rage quitted like almost every single damn match, right? I think on like Tuesday or something like that, right? Almost every damn match was like a rage quit match, right? Like a match where I would just get I would just lose my cool, and normal people would have been just like, yo, just turn off the game if the game is just stressing you. But I was like, no, I gotta learn the game, I gotta relearn what works, what doesn't work. And what I'm gonna tell you right now is O-Block, it is not reliable anymore. Like he used to stop, he used to like, he used to stop everything, but then he would get these like blunder, like the blunder goals would end up going in, right? But now post patch, almost every single damn shot can turn into a blunder goal, right? Because he makes so many silly errors, right? And it's really, really unnerving for a 91 rated goalkeeper, right? So I know Donnarumma is good in game and he's highly reliable, right? Even after the patch, I'm noticing a lot of players are still using Donnarumma, but I think at this point in the game, right? Before they patch the game, they are patching the game again, but I don't know if they're touching goalkeepers again, tweaking goalkeepers again. But like I was saying, right, the reflexivity, right, went in one direction at the start of the FIFA 22 cycle, and now it is in the complete opposite end of the spectrum. So what that pushes a player like that, what pushes that, or what pushes you to do is to really strengthen your midfield play, right? So I think my tactics, right, I just, two things. My passing for the promotion match had to be impeccable, right? I had to take my time with that. I had to keep my composure, right, on my opponent's aggression, right, because what I was realizing in this division, right, and I was stuck at that checkpoint for quite some time, right, when I did regain my composure from my private life issues, right, so, because I'm not all there, right, I'm still gonna space out for months to come, right, so, right, it's not like anyone died, but it's just really devastating news, right, so, I just want to clarify that as well, right? So I'm still caregiving. So yeah, so it's one of those things where you know, I know I'm gonna space out, but what I know I have to do is that when I get into matches now, I've got to be super strict with my passing again. I've got to dominate the midfield even more so now, right? And dominate the defense, right? Because defending has changed, right? There are some minor there's some minor differences, right, with defending, right, that I can't really pinpoint, right, as much, but I don't feel, maybe it's just me being in the higher division, but it really honestly comes down to the goalkeepers, right? They kind of broke the damn goalkeepers, and for it to go from one direction to the complete opposite direction, I know why they did it, right? Because it ends up having like a lot of frustrated FIFA players, right? So I understand it from a developer standpoint. I understand why the change was made, and I understand why they opted for a much more arcade feel, right? But a lot of the skill spammers and a lot of the shooting spammers, right, the attacking spammers are going to, you know, this is like a dream. This is a dream come true for them, right? Because they can take any crappy shot now, literally any crappy shot. It doesn't matter, short side, long side, outside the box, inside the box. It doesn't matter. You can lob it over. You can do whatever the hell you want to do to keepers, right? And I knew that Cristiano Ronaldo goal was coming, right? So I just switched out my defenders, right, and my CDM as well. Koulibaly is not good, right? He's just not good at the high levels, right? His passing stats are terrible. His dribbling stats are terrible. That is such a horrible card. But if you were to pair him with like Skriniar, like if you're running like a full City outside, it could work, right? Don't get me wrong, it could work. And it probably does work well with certain people who are accustomed to playing with him, right? He's my super sub, right? And I would love a Kunde boost, right? I would love like an upgraded Kunde or just an upgraded set of Liga defenders, right? Because at the higher levels, Kunde is actually really beatable, right? You'd be surprised how many times he's gotten beat. MTT is really solid, by the way. But yeah, I just had to hold on to possession, string my passes, and really just dominate the midfield. But this guy, his aggression was insane, right? He always seemed dangerous. He seemed like he was gonna pounce, right? Which made this much more nerve-wracking for me, right? Because I did have to do possession play, right? Which is like a professional match, right? I know a lot of FIFA players frown upon playing that kind of strategy, but once I went up 2, I didn't want to play arcade style where I was going to concede goals. So as you can see there, right, possession was 73%, right? Was it, right? I think that was the number we saw on the screen, but it was extremely high. Yeah, 73-27, right? So completely dominant performance, right? Exactly what you would expect now that my composure is back, right? But I have so much ground to cover from D2 to D1 and then to the Elite Division, right? So what I've noticed, right, is that in these divisions, from D3 on, what I've seen, right, from what I've already seen from D3 climbing, it's just icons. Everyone has their icons. A lot of people have pay-to-win teams, and a lot of people have grinded teams, right? Well-grinded teams, right? So that's interesting, right? That is a very, very interesting. The Inaki Williams card, he's good. He's good. He's not amazing. He's good, right? The not Kunde, the Fakir card is amazing, right? Highly reliable, right? So I've got to tweak a couple players, but guys, I think I'm back in the win column for the first time since last week Friday, and now just to play my FUT Champs matches, right? So peace, love, all the blessings to you and yours. This has been Sid, right? And apologies again for the delay, but you guys got some fresh content for the drop today.